Ron with Restless Adventures here. As newly moved in residents in our home, while laying in bed last night, my wife gets a text from the city water board saying that they detected a leak somewhere on the property that had been occurring for the past 7 hours. Immediately, I thought of the upstairs bathroom. You ever hear that whistle coming from your toilet in the middle of the night? Anybody that has a home or an apartment with a toilet has come across this problem at some time. So today, I'm going to walk with you through it, and we're going to take care of it together. Let's do this. Okay, so I'm here with the problem toilet now. I have it pretty much ready to go. I have the towel down here and a bucket. You can hear it already whistling. So we're gonna get ready to get in there. One of the first things I want to do is to go ahead and turn off the water supply down here. Alright, now we're ready to start the removal, but before I do that, I want to go ahead and let that tank of water go on down as much as I can, because in the end, once I pull that old fill valve up out of there, more than likely we might get a little spillage. That's why we got our bucket here ready to go. Alright, now I'm going to be just pretty much using the basic hand tool here. A little set of channel locks, locking channel locks. They go pretty wide. I believe they'll go wide enough for this job. So I'll be looking to get under here. Right under that. Matter of fact, in most cases you can break it loose with your hand. So let me see if we can do that. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so I'll get my bucket down here ready to go, because we're gonna probably get a little spillage here in a little bit. There we go. Well, I expect to get a little bit more than that. Let's see if we can go ahead and remove the, more than likely there's going to be another nut under here holding that. There it is. You see that one? Yeah, we're going to have to get that one out too, to go ahead and release that. So let me get that channel locks under there. Alright, well, I've just been informed there's a storm coming, and I need to hurry up and get back outside and get my patio area secured before. So let's go ahead and get this on out of the way. Got the nut coming down. Once I get that nut out, there we go. And there's that water I told you about. Yeah. All right. So now that's done. All right. So that old fill valve should be ready to come right on out of there now. Yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and get that out of the way. Now I can go ahead and get my new valve ready to go in, and we can get out of the way here and get back outside and get some of that taken care of out there. What in the heck what is that? That's like styrofoam? That's unusual. Ever seen any of that done to any of your plumbing? Straight off the shelf. It's definitely got to come out. So let me see if I can dig it out with it. Should come right out. Definitely not something that should be in there. I might need to get a pair of needle nose. I'll be right back.
A few moments later.
Okay, so I ran down and grabbed a pair of angled needle nose and to see what we got in here, because I definitely believe this is some kind of blockage, probably for packing or something. What is that? What is that? I don't understand. Wouldn't that kind of defeat the purpose? It's got to be for packing or something like that, I would imagine. All right, let's see if we can get this thing together here. Looks like I might be. Where's my fill tube? It looks like I might be missing the fill tube, but it's probably down here on the floor somewhere. All right, let's get this thing popped in. All right. So by the way, what we're using here is just a standard universal part. It has a height adjustment. You can screw that out to adjust how high you want the actual bulk height to flow, or where you want it to sit in the bowl, in the tank rather. And then you have a refined adjustment here, so you can actually adjust the level of the water in the tank using that adjustment right there. All right. So I've got the I always called them flush valves back in the day, but they got it labeled as a fill valve. Okay, so if I say flush valve, you know I'm talking about the same thing. So I have it placed in the tank where it's gonna go, and my next step is going to be to attach the nut to the bottom of it, to attach it to the tank. You know what I mean, right? I'm mounting it. All right, let's get under here. All right, so they give you a type of a wing nut type design there with the little wings on the side there, so you can pretty much do this with just hand tightening. You don't really need a bunch of tools or anything for this particular type of assignment. Let's see if we can get this one on here. There we go. I have to get kind of close up under that tank. There we go. We got it on there. I just got to get it up there, up under that tank, tight enough to hold that sucker in place. And then we'll go ahead and get our supply line attached. And then we'll give it a quick test run and we'll be done. Hopefully, if we don't have any leaks or any other problems. And with something like this, I don't usually have too much. I might have to just give it a fine adjustment. All right. So after that, we'll go ahead and grab our supply line. I had that tucked back over there so that it wouldn't be in the way. And we'll go ahead and just thread that back on. All right. That's our supply line. So that's going to put the water back in the tank. And we're almost there. We're almost there. Okay. Now, next thing I need to do, I believe, will be to find my field line. Okay, so our next step for this installation will be to connect our field line, our tube, to the hanger that will sit on along the side of the I wonder what you would call that. The suppository? Okay, let's call it that. Let's get our line connected here, which is just gonna be forcing that down on there, getting that rubber down on there. All right. So once we got it down on there pretty good, you see that it's got like a clip design to it. So with that clip, we're going to hang that on the side of our field tube. All right. Okay. So now that I got my hose connected with the field tube here where it's going to go, I need to go ahead and make a decision on the length of my hose to my connection to my actual field tube, or flush valve as I call it. So I'm going to make a cut there, and after that we should be able to turn it on and give her a go. All right, let's get there. All right, that in there is where it needs to go, and we'll be done. All right, I think everything is connected and hopefully ready to go. So why don't I just reach down here and give her some water. And let's see how she holds. So far, so good. No leaks down there. That's a good thing. Filling up to a pretty good level so far. I don't know exactly how high it is set, but we'll see here in just a minute. It looks like a good level to me. Well, looks like a job well done. Let's go ahead and give her a flush. All right. I think it's done. Now, what about that storm? I don't know yet. Well, I hope that was a video that was able to help a few people out there that needed it. So, with that in mind, thanks for watching. Please join me again here on Restless Adventures.